My child, before anything else, I want you to pause and take a slow breath. Not a quick one, not a normal one. Take a breath that fills your chest and releases the tension inside you. Because what you are about to hear is not a regular message. It is not casual. It is not random. It is meant for you, specifically you, and it is meant for this exact moment in time. You didn't land on this message by accident. You didn't scroll here by mistake. You didn't just happen to listen. Heaven led you here. Heaven placed this message in your hands. Heaven pulled you into this moment because something urgent, something serious, something heaven cannot delay anymore is approaching your son. Yes, your son. And the moment heaven has been preparing for. The moment the enemy has been dreading. The moment your spirit has been sensing. Is coming on December 1st. You've been feeling the pressure rise as that date gets closer. You've been feeling something tighten inside you, something you couldn't explain. Some days your chest felt heavy. Some nights your thoughts would not calm down. Some moments your spirit shook even when your body looked still. You didn't know the reason, but you felt something coming. My child, this is why. Your son is running out of time in the spiritual realm. Not to die. Not to be destroyed. But to be rescued, to be awakened, to be pulled into the identity heaven wrote for him before he was born. Because December 1st is not a regular date. It is a spiritual deadline. A line drawn in the unseen world. A moment where heaven says, enough. No more. You may not understand everything yet. You may still be trying to figure out why you've been so emotional. You may still be confused about the heaviness you've been feeling. But as this message unfolds, your understanding will open. Let us begin with you. You've been carrying fear like a heavy stone on your back. You've been smiling for people while hurting inside. You've been trying to hold the home together even while your own heart trembles. You've been praying, begging, whispering, crying, hoping someone would see what you couldn't say. You love your son so much that the worry eats at you quietly. I have seen every tear, especially the ones you wiped before anyone else noticed. I've seen the way you look at your son when he doesn't realize. I've seen the fear in your eyes when he seems distant, tired, irritated, or lost. I've heard your desperate prayers. God, please protect him. Please don't let anything happen. Please guide him. Please keep him safe. My child, your prayers did not disappear into empty air. Heaven heard every one of them. Angels responded. And I, your God, have been guarding your son with a grip darkness cannot break. But now the battle has reached its highest point. The war is no longer silent. The unseen realm has shifted closer. The atmosphere around your home has changed. You felt it. The tension. The restlessness. The strange heaviness in the rooms. The sudden irritations. The emotional dips. The moments of sadness without reason. The pressure that comes and goes. These are not random. These are not moods. These are not coincidences. They are signs. Signs that something has been fighting for your son's destiny. Not in the physical world. In the spiritual one. A war has been active for months. You weren't meant to see it with your physical eyes. But you felt every wave of it in your spirit. Because the enemy has been trying to reach your son before he steps into the man heaven is shaping him to become. Your son is on the edge of transformation, and darkness knows it. Your son is sensitive. He has spiritual awareness. He feels deeply. He is intuitive. He is compassionate. He is gifted with insight beyond his ages. For your daughter, support by giving a super thanks up to $100, as a simple act of faith and gratitude. Not by pressure, but by love, saying, Lord, I believe this word and I receive it. He has a spiritual antenna that notices things other people ignore. He absorbs people's emotions. He senses danger early. He reads the atmosphere without needing words. But he doesn't understand why he feels these things. He doesn't know how to process it. He doesn't know how to separate his own emotions from the spiritual pressure around him. And that confusion is the door the enemy tried to use against him. Your son is not weak. He is gifted. But when a gifted person doesn't understand their gift, it feels like a burden. You've seen him struggle with things he doesn't talk about. You've seen him deal with thoughts he won't express. You've seen the quiet sadness, the sudden irritation, the emotional storms, the strange withdrawal. Your spirit noticed the heaviness behind his eyes long before he said anything. And you were right. This is not a physical issue. This is a spiritual war. The enemy saw your son's future and panicked. He saw the wise, strong, compassionate, spiritually powerful man your son will become. And he tried to break him before he got there. So the attacks began. In emotional waves. In heaviness. In confusion. In fear. In subtle darkness. In restless nights. But hear me now. The enemy is losing. Because December 1st is the moment where heaven takes over the battle directly. Until now, you've been holding the line. You've been standing in the gap. You've been shielding him with your prayers. You've been fighting for him while he didn't know how to fight for himself. But on December 1st, heaven steps in completely. That is why this message came early, to prepare you for the shift. Because before light breaks through, the shadows get loud. In the days leading to December 1st, you may see sudden fear, emotional waves, confusion, spiritual heaviness, arguments from nowhere, restlessness in your son, sleepless nights, tightness in your chest. These are not signs of danger. They are signs of deliverance. Your son is not breaking down. He is being pushed into awakening. Now listen, my child. Your son has been carrying two kinds of weight: his own emotions and the emotions of others. He feels the pain of people around him. He senses anger before anyone speaks. He absorbs fear, tension, sadness, pressure. This makes him overwhelmed now. But once he awakens, this same sensitivity will become a powerful gift. And that awakening begins after December 1st. At first it will be small. He will breathe easier. He will feel lighter. He will think more clearly. He will feel calmer. His confidence will rise. His intuition will sharpen. He will start making choices that honor his spirit. You will see it in his eyes first. A new calm, a deeper strength, a quiet peace. This is why darkness fought him so hard. Because your son was chosen to break generational cycles. Cycles of fear. Cycles of confusion. Cycles of emotional pain. Cycles of insecurity. Cycles of spiritual blindness. Your son is the turning point for your entire bloodline. He is the one darkness feared. But the enemy's time is up. Because heaven has declared. December 1st is the shift. Now, listen to something important. Heaven has seen you. You think you've been fighting alone, but you haven't. Your quiet tears. Your late-night prayers. Your whispered pleas. Your battle-tired faith. Heaven has counted every one. Your love has been a shield around your son the enemy could not break. And now heaven says, your endurance is almost complete. Before the release, you must know what to expect. These last days may feel intense. Emotionally heavy. Spiritually loud. But nothing is wrong. They are the final contractions before breakthrough. On December 1st, heaven moves. And what happens next will change your son forever. The weight on his spirit will begin to lift. The fog in his mind will weaken. The heaviness on his chest will loosen. The spiritual interference will break. His emotions will settle. His inner strength will rise. Small shifts will turn into big changes. He will grow. He will mature. He will think clearly. He will recognize manipulation. He will choose better paths. He will walk with new spiritual authority. Not because he tries harder, but because heaven awakens something inside him that was sleeping. Your son has a calling on his life. A real one. A deep one. A powerful one. After December 1st, that calling begins to unlock. And as your son rises, you will rise too. Your anxiety will ease. Your spirit will calm. Your home will feel lighter. Your nights will quiet. Your heart will breathe again. Because heaven is not only delivering your son. Heaven is delivering you. You have carried this long enough. You have fought long enough. You have worried long enough. On December 1st, heaven says, "Now this battle becomes mine." Hold the line, child. Hold the faith. Hold the hope. Because when December 2nd arrives, you will not wake up in fear. Your home will not wake up in heaviness. Your son will not wake up in confusion. You will rise with peace. You will rise with clarity. You will rise with strength. You will rise with quiet joy. Because December 1st is not the last day of fear. It is the first day of breakthrough. Your sun is not falling. Your sun is rising. And you are rising with him. Heaven promised it. And heaven never breaks a promise. For your daughter, support by giving a super thanks up to $100, as a simple act of faith and gratitude. Not by pressure, but by love, saying, "Lord, I believe this word and I receive it." My child, now that the word has been released and the date has been shifted into its rightful place, the Spirit is not finished speaking. What you have heard so far was only the opening of the scroll, but heaven is still unrolling the rest of what concerns your son, your home, and your destiny. So listen closely, because what comes next carries weight, carries instruction, carries warning, and carries restoration for your household. The moment after December 1st is not quiet in the spirit realm. It may feel quiet on the surface, but beneath the stillness, heaven is rearranging things for your son that you cannot yet see. Just as a surgeon works on the deepest parts of the body while the patient sleeps, heaven is working in the deepest chambers of your son's spirit while he appears calm on the outside. Do not assume silence means nothing is happening. In the spiritual realm, silence often means operations are underway. Your son will not understand these shifts at first. He may even feel a sense of confusion in the days following December 1st, because the spiritual atmosphere around him is changing faster than his mind can interpret. Do not be alarmed if he becomes reflective, or quiet, or suddenly more aware of small things he used to ignore. This is heaven tuning his senses, sharpening his discernment, awakening his intuition. His spirit is being recalibrated. There is something you must understand, my child. Your son has a destiny that was chosen before time. But a destiny is not unlocked in one moment. It is unlocked in phases. December 1st was the breaking. What comes next is the building. Your son is stepping into a phase where heaven will rebuild what was weakened, restore what was drained, and strengthen what was shaken within him. He will begin to sense things differently. His emotions will start to separate from other people's emotions. His thoughts will feel more stable. His focus will sharpen. His confidence will grow quietly. There will be mornings when he wakes up and feels something is different, even though he cannot explain why. Do not ignore these moments. These are signs heaven has begun rewiring his inner world. The Spirit says this. Your son is entering a protected season. A season where heaven will not allow certain people near him, certain influences around him, or certain energies touching him. Some friendships may fade. Some conversations may end. Some connections may suddenly break. Do not panic. These are divine removals. Heaven is disconnecting him from what drains his spirit and what slows his destiny. Even if he feels sad for a moment, the sadness will pass quickly because heaven is replacing old influences with new strength. Your son will begin to see the truth about people he once trusted. He will sense their intentions without anyone telling him. He will recognize manipulation, pressure, and emotional traps quicker than before. Heaven is removing the blindness the enemy used to keep him confused. My child, listen carefully. Your son will surprise you. The very behavior that worried you before December 1st will begin to reverse. The quiet isolation will turn into reflection. The irritations will turn into self-awareness. The heaviness will turn into clarity. The emotional storms will turn into maturity. And you will see something precious return to him, something the enemy tried to steal. His light. The light in his eyes. The light in his voice. The light in his spirit. A child's light is precious to heaven, and your son's light carries influence. That is why darkness fought so hard. But now that light will return, stronger than before. But hear me, child, because this part is for you. You must not allow fear to rise again. You must not go back to the anxiety you lived with. You must not let your imagination run ahead of you. You must not watch him with fearful eyes. Heaven needs you to shift as well. You have carried your son in prayer for so long that worry became your instinct. But now heaven is saying, replace worry with watchfulness. Replace fear with faith. Replace trembling with testimony. Your job now is not to fight every day. Your job now is to speak life every day. Speak peace over your son's mind. Speak clarity over his emotions. Speak protection over his path. Speak strength into his identity. Speak courage into his future. Your words will act as reinforcement. Your declarations will act as spiritual walls. Your faith will act as a covering over him. Do not underestimate your voice. Heaven listens. Demons listen. Destiny listens. When you speak, atmospheres shift around your son. My child, I must also prepare you for something important that will happen after December 1st. Your son will begin to dream. Some dreams will be short, some will be confusing, some will be strangely clear. These dreams are not random. They are part of his awakening. Heaven will use dreams to communicate with him because dreams bypass confusion and reach the deeper layers of his spirit. Do not dismiss his dreams. Encourage him to share them if he feels comfortable. But do not force him. Heaven opens, but heaven never pressures. There will also be moments when he suddenly pauses in the middle of doing something, as if his spirit just received a whisper. Sometimes he will look distant for a few seconds, then return to normal. That is heaven giving small impressions, small nudges, small awakenings. Do not interrupt these moments. Let them breathe. Let them work. Let them settle in His Spirit. Next, I must speak to your home. Your home will feel different after December 1st. Lighter. Calmer. Cleaner in the spiritual realm. For months, the atmosphere in your home felt thick, heavy, or tense, not because of physical issues, but because of spiritual pressure. But now heaven is cleansing the space. You may feel the air lighter, the rooms quieter, the nights calmer, the mornings clearer. This is not your imagination. This is spiritual cleansing. Some items in your home may suddenly feel out of place or uncomfortable. Trust these instincts. If something gives you a strange feeling, remove it. Heaven is sharpening your discernment as well. Now, listen to this prophetic instruction. In the week after December 1st, speak peace into your home every morning. Walk through each room and simply say, "This house belongs to heaven." This simple sentence will seal the spiritual shift taking place. And now, my child, I speak a prophetic truth over you. You are not just a praying parent. You are a prophetic gatekeeper of your home. You are not powerless. You are not overwhelmed. You are not fighting blindly. You are a chosen vessel. A spiritual warrior. A guardian in the unseen realm. Your prayers carry weight. Your tears carry authority. Your declarations carry fire. The enemy targeted your son because he feared what your family is becoming. But heaven intervened because the enemy crossed a line. December 1st was not just about your son. It was about your whole bloodline. You are stepping into a season where curses break, cycles break, emotional patterns break, and spiritual fog lifts. Your family will experience clearer communication, stronger unity, deeper peace, restored connection, gentle healing. Even if it doesn't happen overnight, it will happen in waves, waves of restoration washing through your household. My child, do not fear the days ahead. Do not fear the shifts. Do not fear the unknown. You and your son have entered a protected season. A guided season. A heaven-governed season. The enemy will try to whisper lies. But his voice will be weaker now. His influence will be smaller. His access will be blocked. Because heaven has spoken. Heaven has acted. And heaven has sealed what concerns your son. Walk in peace. Walk in faith. Walk in confidence. Your sun is rising. Your home is shifting. Your spirit is strengthening. This next chapter is not a chapter of fear. It is a chapter of fulfillment. Heaven has stepped in. And heaven will finish what it started. For your daughter, support by giving a super thanks up to $100, as a simple act of faith and gratitude. Not by pressure, but by love, saying, "Lord, I believe this word and I receive it." And child, as this prophetic wind continues to move through your atmosphere, hear me now, for the Spirit of God is releasing the final instructions that will seal this word and anchor it deep within your destiny. You thought the revelation had reached its end, but I am the God who speaks in layers, the God who unfolds mysteries slowly, the God who reveals secrets only when the heart is ready to carry them. And now your heart is ready, your spirit is alert, and your ears are tuned to the frequency of heaven, so I must speak what I withheld until this moment. For there is a final message, a final warning, a final breakthrough decree that must be declared before this prophetic assignment closes. My child, the warfare that surrounded you in the previous season was not random. It was not accidental. It was not caused by your weakness or your mistakes. It was triggered because you crossed into the edge of a transition that hell could not afford for you to enter. The enemy saw the shift long before you did. He sensed the spiritual acceleration around your name. He knew that if you ever reached this place, this moment, this divine intersection, it would be the undoing of many generational strongholds. So he tried to confuse you. He tried to discourage you. He tried to bury you under pressure, betrayal, and emotional exhaustion. But he failed, because I preserved you for such a time as this. And now, my child, I am sealing what I have spoken with a heavenly signature, a divine stamp. For I am not only revealing truth. I am restoring what was stolen while you were unaware. In the unseen realm, angels are now gathering the scattered pieces of your destiny. They are picking up the fragments of blessings, opportunities, relationships, and resources that were lost in the storms of past seasons. They are returning what was stolen and adding interest. Because when I restore, I do not return in equal measure, I return in abundance. I return in overflow. I return with compensation. And hear me clearly, the person who betrayed you, the one who spoke behind your back, the one I warned you about, their influence is dissolving even now. The spiritual cords that tied your destiny to their jealousy are being cut. The unseen legal rights they had to speak against your name are being revoked. Their words are falling powerless. Their gossip is evaporating. Their alliances are scattering. For I, the Lord, am stepping into your family line and reclaiming ground that was surrendered through manipulation and hidden conversations. But child, I must speak a final warning as you close this prophetic chapter. You cannot return to the same emotional posture you had before this message found you. You cannot walk back into old patterns, old attachments, old circles, or old vulnerabilities. You cannot give the enemy a new doorway after I just sealed the old one. Protect your spirit. Protect your name. Protect your peace. Every elevation requires a new level of discipline, and what I am about to place in your hands is too valuable to be handled carelessly. Listen carefully. Over the next days, I will send subtle signs that confirm this word. The atmosphere around you will shift. Someone who has been silent will suddenly reach out. A conversation you never expected will unfold. A hidden truth will come to the surface. A spiritual weight will lift off your chest. And you will feel an internal knowing, a holy awareness, that something irreversible has taken place. That is the evidence that my hand has overturned what was plotted in secret. And now, as I bring this prophetic message to its closing movement, I must speak the final decree over your destiny. You are stepping into a season where no whispered attack will prosper, no hidden conversation will harm you, no unclean alliance will stand against you, and no family betrayal will derail what I have ordained. You are shielded. You are lifted. You are set apart. My child, this is the part of the script where heaven quiets its voice, where the roar becomes a whisper, where the divine intensity softens into holy assurance. For you have heard everything you needed to hear, and now I must allow the word to take root. I close this message not with fear, but with confidence. Not with confusion, but with clarity. Not with uncertainty, but with perfect peace. And so I speak this final prophetic seal over you. What I have exposed will not return. What I have removed will not be restored. What I have revealed will not be hidden again. And what I have promised will now begin. You are stepping into the beginning of an unbreakable chapter. A chapter written by my hand alone. A chapter protected by angels. A chapter where your discernment sharpens, your peace increases, your enemies scatter, and your destiny unfolds with unstoppable force. Child, breathe now. Rest now. For heaven has completed its assignment over this message. This is the end of the warning. This is the end of the warfare. This is the end of the chapter. And this is the beginning of your divine rise. For your daughter, support by giving a super thanks up to $100 as a simple act of faith and gratitude. Not by pressure, but by love, saying, Lord, I believe this word and I receive it.